Great to be with you this evening. Good to have you on this call. I trust you all had a fantastic start to your week. Very warm welcome to our NeoLife distributors. And an extra special welcome to our guests that are on the call this evening. I know there are quite a few guests that are joining us tonight, people that are looking at the NeoLife opportunity for the very first time. This is what we call a NeoLife opportunity presentation. The goal of this event or this call is to share with you what we do and how we may be of value to you. So over the next 30 minutes, I'm going to ask you to keep an open heart and open mind. I truly believe what we're going to talk about has the potential to change your future drastically if you choose to take this journey with us. So I'm going to introduce you to the company, and then I'm going to introduce a very special guest speaker, somebody who I've gotten to know very well over the last number of years. She's just got the most incredible product story. She's building a very successful business, and I really believe that you need to hear her story. So I'm going to introduce her to you in just a little bit. For those of you that are meeting for the first time, my name is McDermid, and I am the VP of Sales for NeoLife Southern Africa. I'll share my brief story with you, how I fit into this NeoLife family and how my journey started. It started many, many years ago, in fact. My parents, 47 years ago, were newly married. Financially, they were in a very tough spot. And I think a lot of newlyweds can relate to that. It can be a very financially challenging time. And somebody said to them, would you like to make a little bit of extra money part-time? And that little statement really grabbed them and piqued their interest. And so they got invited to a NeoLife opportunity presentation, as we are doing tonight. And they listened in on that meeting. In fact, they didn't have the technology all those years ago, 47 years ago, but they were invited down to a little hotel. And they left that meeting saying, okay, well, that product looks good. We need to get ourselves and our family onto these products. They didn't fully understand the NeoLife opportunity, but they left that evening saying, if NeoLife can do half of what that man says it can do, we need to give this thing a shot. Okay, and so they started with what my father calls a step of faith. What is faith? Faith is believing in something that you have not yet seen. And every successful journey, male or female, through the history of time, started with a human being having the courage to take that first step of faith. And so my goal is to share enough information with you this evening so you are in a position to make an informed decision and take that step of faith if you so choose. But the decision that they made 47 years ago changed the future of my family for literally generations. I'm second generation in NeoLife. My 3 children are third generation on the NeoLife products. But I haven't always been a NeoLife distributor. I'm extremely passionate about what we do because I've lived it. I've seen where this business has taken my family from where we were all those years ago as a child to where we are today. Drastically different. We've taken that journey. I've seen so many other people take the successful journey as well and produce such a magnificent result. But in saying that, I completed my studies. I moved across to the UK and I spent the next 13 years of my life working in the corporate world, in the investment banking industry. And I really, there was a great opportunity for me because it gave me a chance to figure out what I didn't want. And I realized the corporate world was a place where I probably wouldn't achieve not only the financial goals that I had, but the lifestyle that I really envisioned myself and my family living. On one hand, I grew up in this NeoLife entrepreneurial home where my parents, they found so much purpose and passion in what they did. Yes, they made a lot of money through NeoLife, but they really were excited about what they did. Whether it was a Monday morning or a Friday afternoon, you could see they loved what they did. And on the other side of the coin, in this corporate world, I was extremely frustrated. I was living this life of quiet desperation. And I don't know if you can relate to it, but traveling into work on a Monday morning, just this really desperate feeling of how will I ever get through the next 5 days, and just living from weekend to weekend. And I truly believe that human beings are happiest when we are in a state of production, when we are doing something that is contributing, when we are doing something that we find purposeful. And that is where I started to ask critical questions. Where am I going to be in 1 year's time? Where am I going to be in 5 years' time? Am I still going to be so frustrated about what I do? Supposedly, I had a good career, but financially, I felt I could be doing better. And that is where my wife and I decided to take a closer look at NeoLife. And we did a full circle and we came back to NeoLife. And I got excited because I realized that NeoLife was an opportunity which I believed in incredibly because I'd seen it work. But I saw it as a way that I could take my life from where it was to where I wanted to be. But I could do that on a part-time basis. I didn't need to quit my job. I could do this over and above what I was currently doing until I could make enough money through my part-time business to quit the banking world, which I did in 2 years. So that is where I come from, and my NeoLife story. But if you're on this call and you're evaluating, let's call it evaluating NeoLife. What I've learned from experience is you need to take a look at 3 key elements of any business, and tonight specifically NeoLife. And if these elements are in place, then you can move forward in gathering more information that will allow you to make that informed decision. So my goal over the next little bit is to run through these 3 key elements: the product, number 1; number 2, the opportunity; and number 3, the compensation plan. Is there money to be made? And what do you have to do to make that money? And those are the 3 key elements that I'm going to be running through to just give you enough information to make that informed decision. And so element number 1, we take a look at the products and ask some key questions around the product line. Does NeoLife sell a product that is needed in the marketing place? And this is a very important question for any entrepreneur. And what is the number one reason for businesses failing, new businesses failing? And every time I ask that question, most people say to me, well, Drew, they run out of money. It's a cash flow problem. Running out of money is the second reason for most businesses failing. The number 1 reason is they're trying to sell a product or an opportunity that is not relevant in the marketplace or not needed in the marketplace. And so is our product line needed? What is driving our product line? And it's a trend which we call the health and wellness trend. There's a need for people. There's a need for people to take a supplement. Our core product line is nutrition supplementation. We are living in a world with more science, with more technology, with more pharmaceutical medication. So the question we need to be asking is, why is there still so much sickness in this world? Is there a need for supplement? And I truly believe that the Lord has given every one of us magnificent bodies. And when we feed our bodies with the right nutrition, with the right ingredients, we are designed to live with health. We're designed to live with vitality and energy. However, due to our modern day diets, due to food processing, to our modern day lifestyles, this is not happening. And the end result is this global trend of people who are chronically sick, chronically tired, and miserable. And let me just ask you something. Do you know somebody close to you that has been affected by cancer? Do you know somebody close to you that's been affected by heart disease in all its shapes and forms? Blood pressure, cholesterol, heart attacks, strokes. Do you know anybody who is being affected by diabetes? And these are what we call chronic diseases. And this is a global trend. These chronic diseases are growing at a rapid rate, and the stats are not looking too good for the human race. But the funny thing about these chronic diseases, or what I find the motivating thing, is they are not contagious. They're lifestyle diseases. So we don't pass cancer or type 2 diabetes around like we do the common cold or flu. We develop it over time through our lifestyle, through our eating habits. But if we're developing these diseases, it means we can play some sort of role in preventing these lifestyle or chronic diseases. And that is where NeoLife's product line comes in. Prevention is better than cure. And just a very interesting study that was released from one of the leading health agencies in 2019. A bad diet is 3 times more dangerous than smoking. Get that? A bad diet is 3 times more dangerous than smoking. And so the way that was quantified is smoking is killing around 5 million people globally every year. A bad diet is killing up to 15 million people, 3 times more people a year than smoking. So what we're sticking into our breakfast bowls, what we're putting into our kids' lunch boxes, onto our dinner plates, 3 times more dangerous than smoking. Okay, so there's a real need for this health and wellness trend to move through the human population. Right now in the USA, people are really beginning to realize that. People are trying to eat a little bit more healthy. People are taking a supplement. In fact, 77% of adults are taking a vitamin supplement every day in the USA. 77%, that's a big number. In South Africa, that number sits at about 48%. And over the next few years, we're going to see that 48% move to 77% and beyond. So this nutrition supplementation trend is a real growing part to be. And I'm highlighting this because if you're evaluating a business, you want to make sure that your product is on the upward trend, not the downward trend. The question that I want you to ask is, if so many people are taking a supplement, 77% of people in the USA, why are people still so sick? And I believe in many cases, people are spending their money on vitamin supplementations that are not doing what they need them to do. Let's be honest, not all nutrition has been created equal. There are a lot of hypes in this growing health and wellness trend. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of fads. There's a lot of synthetic products. There's a lot of misinformation. And the end result is confusion. And people are purchasing a nutrition supplementation product, whether that's a multivitamin or a moon booster or an omega-3 supplement, based on price or whatever has the best marketing or whatever is currently on special. They are not necessarily purchasing a product that is working and doing what they needed to do. And NeoLife's goal is to be the change in this trend, to provide families with good whole food nutrition that is based in nature, backed by science. We aim to cut through the hype, we aim to cut through the confusion, and we want to become your nutrition home. Is it necessary to take a vitamin supplement in today's world? In my biased opinion, it's essential. It's not an option anymore. It is essential. If you want to live a healthy, active lifestyle, it's critical that we plug our nutrition gaps with good whole food nutrition. In fact, NeoLife was the first nutrition company on the planet to produce nutrition that was backed by science, backed by proven science. And still to this day, we are one of the very few companies that is in complete control of sourcing of our raw ingredients, in complete control of the entire manufacturing process, in complete control of the quality control process. I truly believe that we have a product line that is well positioned to help people succeed in a changing world. And in our product line, we have over 100 products. So we have many products that fit into this health and wellness and environmentally friendly trend. The second element is the company. Does the company have what it takes to last in the marketplace? Do they have what it takes to deal with change? And man, we've seen massive change over the last 12 months, and companies that haven't been able to deal with it have not survived the last 12 months. Does the company have experience? Do they have the money, the cash flow, the management? Do they have the long-term vision for future success? And I know for myself personally, I build my NeoLife business not just for my income and my lifestyle, but I build it because it's something I want to hand down to my children one day. And I knew my job in the bank was, once I left that was the end of the road. I couldn't hand that down to my kids. So does the company have a long-term vision? As a company, NeoLife has been in business for 63 years. We were founded in San Francisco, USA in 1958 by a man called Jerry Brasfield, who is still the founder and heads up the company to this day. We currently operate in over 50 countries around the world, and we are on a mission to make this world a healthier and a happier place. We want to end this trend of chronic disease, of poor health. That is our goal. As a company, we know we can't achieve this mission on our own. As a company, yes, we produce magnificent nutrition, but there's no ways we can end this trend of poor health on our own. So for the past 63 years, we have been building a global NeoLife family of people, of what we call NeoLife distributors, who find purpose and passion in empowering other families to great health. They say, yes, we want to become healthier, but we want to go and share this message with other people. We want to help other families achieve great health. And in return, NeoLife empowers and financially rewards our NeoLife distributors who have chosen to partner with us in our mission. We have spoken about the trend of chronic disease and sickness, but there's another trend happening around the world that is very well positioned, that NeoLife is very, very well positioned to solve right now. And that is the trend of the gig economy, or some people call it the home-based business. more people now than ever before are looking for a way to generate an income part-time from their home. And if COVID in the last 12 months has taught us anything, it's taught us that if you don't have a way to make money from the comfort of your own home, you are at risk. Economies are in decline, number one. Job security is currently at an all-time low, and I'm sure there are people on this call that can verify that. The number of people that have been added to the unemployment list over the last 12 months is staggering. Entire industries have been affected. Just to mention the travel industry, the hospitality industry, just to mention two. And I'm sure there's other industries. If your industry's been disrupted, just drop it in the comment box. I'd love to know about it. Add to this a steady increase in our cost of living. I don't know if you've noticed this, but over the last 10 years plus, the cost of living has just been rising exponentially year after year. And in most cases, most people's incomes are remaining pretty static. And when I say static, a lot of people are getting pay rises, which are just keeping up with inflation. So they're remaining pretty static. And I think we're all starting to see and to realize that the typical 9-to-5 job is not giving us the economic freedom or security that we would once hoped for. The world has changed. And just to highlight this, FNB released an interesting stat a few years ago, and I believe this is even more significant to this day. 56% of middle-income South Africans spend their entire salary within 5 days of getting paid. So they're getting paid, and within 5 days, the entire income has been spent. I don't know what they do for the next 20, 25, 26 days of the month, but they don't have any money. 56% of middle-income South Africans. And so this is really forcing people to rethink the way they live their lives, rethink the way they view their occupation, their job. For many people, life has become more about survival than living. And the world has collectively kind of reached this tipping point, a point where we are no longer willing to accept a rat race that is yielding very little enjoyment or lifestyle, and a daily struggle that no longer has any financial security or significance. And I truly believe that we have been put on this earth to be blessed. I truly believe that, and I believe all of us should believe that. Because when you are blessed, you can go out and be a blessing to other people. But the challenge we are seeing is so many people are living life in the survival mode that they're just doing everything that they can just to keep their head above water. And they can't think of anybody else except themselves. But when you are blessed, you can go out and be a blessing to other people. These challenges that I've just walked us through are really fueling this gig economy. And people are searching for a better way to live their life. They are searching for a better way to secure their future. 3 out of 5 people right now in South Africa have a sideline or part-time business. And if they don't have one, they're probably looking for one. And you are possibly a guest on the webinar tonight because you have reached your tipping point and you are looking for a better way. And I truly believe that we can show you that better way. And I believe the better way is what we call entrepreneurship. There's a saying, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. You teach a man how to fish, he's going to eat for life. But entrepreneurship is extremely risky. Right now, 5 out of every 7 businesses that start, new businesses that start, fail within the 12 months. 5 out of 7. So the hit rate, the run rate is not looking too good for entrepreneurs right now. On average, a new business will need at least 750,000 Rand to survive the first 12 months in business. So yes, I believe entrepreneurship is the answer, but that fact alone takes entrepreneurship off the table for most people. And if you feel comfortable with, we've spoken about the product. If you feel comfortable with the product, we've spoken about the company. If you feel comfortable with the company and that it's set for long-term success, then the third element that we really need to look at and evaluate is the NeoLife compensation plan. Can you make money? Okay, and I'm just going to share a quick slide with you and walk you through what you need to do to make money in the NeoLife opportunity. Okay, so we're very strong on this. We will never say to people that you just join NeoLife and you will earn all the money that you want. We are not selling magic beans here. We are selling a real business opportunity that can change your life for generations. It requires work. It is going to require a commitment level. And so what is your work? We call your work or your job the 3 daily success habits. Doing the little things, and this is a mistake people make. Doing the little things and little activities will create big success. A misconception or misunderstanding is that success comes from doing something one time or getting lucky. And it couldn't be any further from the truth. It's a seemingly small, insignificant daily habits that compound over time that will create your success. But here's why so many people are living a lifetime of mediocrity right now. The little things are easy to do, but they're also very easy, so easy not to do. So what are the little habits that will create your success in your life? The first thing we want you to do is to use the product, to become a product of the product, to become your own best customer, to fall in love with the product. Okay, use the product in your home. The second thing we want you to do is to share the product and opportunity by talking to other people about your product and your opportunity. This is what we call the money-making activity, which I'll chip into in a moment. And the third daily success habit, which I believe is probably one of the most important ones, is becoming the best version of yourself through personal development. And so let's look at how these three habits, when we practice them on a day-to-day basis, will grow your business and develop your income. So this is you. If you're a guest on this call and you're saying, hey, yes, I would like to make financial changes to my life, then what I'm going to suggest you do is link up with NeoLife and become a NeoLife distributor. Okay, you don't work for NeoLife. NeoLife is your business partner. They have a job to do. Just as you have a job to do, NeoLife has a job to do. Their job is to research, develop, and manufacture products that are untouchable in the nutrition supplementation field. I can confidently sit on this call, talk to a few hundred people, and say nobody does nutrition like NeoLife does nutrition. That is their job, to give you a product that is fantastic. Their other job is to give you support, to provide you with all the technology. We've invested millions and millions of dollars in technology so that you can build your business from your laptop, from your cell phone. You can build your business globally from the comfort of your own home, from your phone, because we give you all the technology. NeoLife provides us with all the logistical support. So you could hop onto your phone or to your laptop tonight and hop onto your NeoLife website or your NeoLife app, place an order for a customer in Cape Town. And within just a couple of days, NeoLife will deliver your product to their customer's door without you having to leave home. You could have a customer in Bloemfontein log onto your replicating site or your referral site and place an order of their own or join your business. They make payment online. That order goes through to NeoLife. NeoLife boxes it up, sends it to them, to their door, to their work. You don't have to do anything, and they pay you for that. Okay, so that is their job. They do it very, very well. They do a lot of your training and your support. We have a website called NeoLife University or neolifeu.com. That is a training suite of all different modules on our different products and our different ranges so that you can really learn and develop your product knowledge and your business skill. So that is their job. They do their job very well. Let's run through your job. So the first thing we want you to do is we want you to use the product. As I mentioned, become a product of the product, fall in love with the product. I don't believe you can talk to anybody about something that you don't have conviction about. There's only one way to get conviction about the NeoLife product. That is by using it. You're already using our type of products in your home to this day. I recommend you redirect your buying habits and you start supporting your own NeoLife business. And I'm just going to use one example, a product called Pro Vitality. This is our core nutrition. Let's say you use this product in your home, and the second thing you do is you go out and you share the product with 6 customers. Okay, I'm not going to go into the details of this product, but every single human being on planet Earth needs a box of Pro Vitality in their life every month, hands down. All of us know 6 people who need Pro Vitality in their home. So find 6 customers and they each purchase a box of Pro Vitality. Now you have a business doing 250 points. Don't get caught up too much in the points, but that's just a business volume because we operate in 50 countries. Each product has a point value just so we have a common denominator. 7 boxes of Pro Vitality will give you 250 points. A business doing 250 points will earn you an extra 1,000 Rand through your profit and your NeoLife bonus. not a lot of money. You're definitely not going to retire on that income. But how long should it take you? I recommend you go out and do this within the first week or maximum 2 weeks of joining this business. Okay, 1,000 Rand pure profit. I think that's a good deal so far. Let's take it a step further. You share the opportunity. Okay, and now a big mistake people make is they think it's their job to run around to everybody they know and tell everybody how fantastic their product is, tell everybody how fantastic their opportunity is. That is not our job. Our job is to solve people's challenges or help them achieve their goals. If somebody has a health goal or a health challenge, I'm going to share our product with them, not our opportunity, our product. And on the other hand, if somebody has a financial goal that they want to achieve or financial need that they need to overcome, I'm going to talk to them about the NeoLife opportunity. And in this example, I'm going to say you're going to find your basic 3 distributors. So you go out and find 3 people, friend, a relative, a neighbor, it doesn't really matter, who join you not as a customer to use product, but they are a NeoLife distributor. They want to generate an income through their part-time business. We teach them how to do the 3 daily success habits. We teach them how to use the product. We teach them to go out and share the product with other people and build their customer base so that just like you, they build a business doing 250 points. By doing that, you become what we call a senior manager. As a senior manager, your business is doing 1,000 points. You're doing 250 and you have 3 other people each doing 250 points. That's 1,000 points. Okay. Now, even though you are only doing 250 points, you're going to get paid on 1,000 points. And that will give you an income of approximately 1,800 Rand through your profit and your bonus. Again, not a lot of money. How long should this take you? I recommend you go out and do this within the first month or 2 of being a business. Now, remember, on average, new businesses are taking about 5 years before they break even and make a profit. That's if they survive. Now we are showing you a way that within the first month, you can go out and make nearly 2,000 Rand pure profit. Let's take it a step further. You go out and you teach your basic 3, your friend, your relative, your neighbor, to duplicate what you've done and find their 3 business builders. And so they have a business doing 1,000 points just like you. You're now what we call a director. A director is somebody who has a business that is doing 4,000 points, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. As a director, you're going to maximize your sales volume bonus and earn yourself 25% business volume. And you'll make an income of 8,000 to 10,000 Rand per month. Okay. Part-time. We're not asking you to change your job. We're not asking you to change anything. This is over and above what you're currently doing. How long should that take you? I'm saying go out and do it within 6 months of joining this business. That's an income of nearly 100,000 Rand every year. To get an extra 8,000 to 10,000 Rand a month, you'd need an investment of between 2 to 3 million Rand invested to get a dividend, which is 8,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. Okay, just to put in perspective. Let's take it a step further. You teach your basic 3 to become a director. So you are creating an economy here. You've just taught 3 people how to make an extra 8,000 to 10,000 Rand a month. That is great. You've empowered people. By doing that, you become a world team member. As a world team member, you get to travel the world with us once a year. This year, we're keeping it local. We're going to the ultra 5-star luxury resort of Fan Court just because of travel restrictions. Next year, we plan to go to Prague in Europe. So you get to travel with us once a year, somewhere exotic, somewhere overseas. But your income will be anywhere between 15,000 to 50,000 Rand per month as a world team member. Let's take it a step further. You go and find 3 other directors. So now you have 6 directors in your organization. You step up onto what we call the president's team. You have many benefits of being on the president's team. Just one of them means that you would have an income of anywhere between 90 to 110,000 Rand a month for starters. But let's say you went out and found 10 new directors, 15, 20 new directors. This income will grow exponentially. What we're offering you here is an income that doesn't have a ceiling. The more people you help and create and help them become directors, the more successful you're going to be. And that is something very interesting for the corporate-minded people on this call. In the corporate world, to succeed, I had to get better or get one over my colleagues. But I remember my sponsor, my father saying to me, Drew, to succeed in NeoLife, you have to reach down and help other people improve their health. You have to reach down and help other people start a new business and improve their financial situation. You win in this business when you help other people win and achieve their goals. So that is our opportunity and how it works. And just to close off on the final third daily success habit, personal development. Today, you need to be better than you were yesterday. Tomorrow, you need to be better than you are today. And personal development encompasses so many things, from your attitude to your mindset. Whether you think you can succeed or you think you can't succeed, you're absolutely right. Where the mind goes, your reality will follow. I know that to be absolutely true. We need to stop focusing on what could go wrong and start looking at what could go right. What are the possibilities? Where do we want to go? And at some point, a new distributor will need to marry the enthusiasm and the excitement with some skill and with activity and commitment. Okay. And it seems it's a common thread and it's a common theme amongst our successful distributors. They never stop learning, they never stop growing, because a NeoLife distributor's job is to add value into other people's lives. But to add value, you're going to have to become more valuable. Okay, so I just want to get our guest speaker onto the call quickly, and we're just going to have a quick interview with her. Andre, can you share or start your video for me? There you go. Let me sort the screen out here. Hey, how are you, Andre?
Hi, I'm very well, thanks, Drew. Hello, everyone else.
Fantastic. Thank you for joining us this evening in Little Pietermaritzburg.
I'm in Little
Now,
Pietermaritzburg.
for those of you meeting Andre for the first time, Little Pietermaritzburg, Dr. Andre van der Hoeven, she is a doctor of immunology, and she knows so much about our products and about the health and wellness industry. And she just has such an interesting story. And I'm just going to start at the very beginning. You know, you were introduced to NeoLife at a time of your life where you were going through a major challenge, and that challenge made you take a closer look. Just talk us through that. What got you involved with NeoLife?
Hi, yes, thanks, Drew. My story with NeoLife began about 30 years ago. And what happened was that I was confronted with a big C diagnosis. It was a huge shock to the system. It was a huge shock to our family. Our children were young. They were 8 and 5 years old. And it was a late stage cancer diagnosis. And I remember very vividly, I went in for biopsies on a Monday. They came out with the results on a Tuesday. They kept me in hospital. On the Tuesday, they said, "You're staying in here. We're operating this afternoon." And I said, well, that's just not possible, because I'd left 2 boys at home, 8 and 5-year-old boys at home. They needed at least to be explained what was going on. So I begged them to let me out on the Tuesday, and I said I'd be back there on the Wednesday afternoon. And I had the operation on the Thursday, major surgery. And then that was followed by 12 months of chemotherapy and then radiation. So I really did the cancer journey thoroughly. But as you said, I am trained as an immunologist and biochemist. And before I'd even left hospital, I'd had my first chemo, but I was concerned about that. And so when I went home, I started looking up some of the information, and I realized that I had worked with some of these drugs in the laboratory, in the research laboratory. And one of the drugs was called cisplatin, and I had used it to kill cells. And I'd actually looked down a microscope to see how effectively this drug was killing cells. And this was being injected into my bloodstream. So I thought, well, I don't need to focus on this. This is not helpful information. But what I will do is find a way to support my health during this whole process. Now, my thinking was that our bodies are, in fact, remarkable creations, and we are designed to mend and to heal ourselves. But that requires the correct tools. And so I realized that with my best efforts, and I really did work hard at feeding our family well, my best efforts were not good enough, because if they had been good enough, I would have been healthy healthy enough, my immune system would have been strong enough to withstand any cancer that came along. So I went on a journey to find nutritional supplements. I was told by the doctor that it would be a waste of my money. I said, that's absolutely fine, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I looked at a lot of things and eventually was introduced to NeoLife. And I looked at those and they ticked very important boxes for me. The one was that the products had been very strongly researched. I come from a research background, so it mattered to me that they were backed by research on human beings. And the other thing was that they were all natural and non-synthetic. And so those two things persuaded me to start using the product. And that, as I say, was about 30 years ago. And I have not stopped to this day. And I won't stop until my dying day. I want to say a few things around that. One was that I was in an extreme state of need. We were frightened. I needed to get well. And so it was the sort of hammer blow to the head that got me to look into my own health. And we need to understand that we don't need to get there. And so one of my primary missions now is to talk to people while they're still healthy. And why not stay healthy and not test the system? Because if you ever think staying healthy is expensive, try getting sick. The costs to us as a family, even although we were on medical aid, probably remain with us to this day, because the financial costs were great, and of course the emotional costs are also great. So that's the one thing. And the other thing is, I said that someone introduced me to the products. And if that person had not, and I'd never found them, I certainly believe I wouldn't be here to tell the story. I'm 100% persuaded that the reason I am here, I'm well, I've still got a lot of life to live, is because of the NeoLife products I've been taking. And so we who know about the products are really, we should be committed to telling other people about them, because if we keep quiet and someone needs the information and we fail to give it to them, we might in fact be giving them a death sentence. And that's a huge realization that I came to, and that I think we all need to understand. But I also want to add, while I was being treated, everything was not well in our family in terms of health. These two boys of mine that I mentioned were constantly getting sick. They were the ENT specialist's dream. And so I thought, well, I'm taking these products, I'm going to try the kids' nutrition on them, which I did. And it was like magic. We no longer went to the doctor for anything other than physical injuries, like a broken arm here and there. But the ENT issues totally went away. And my husband was going through extremely stressful situation at work, and he, rather under pressure from me, started taking some of the products. And after a month, he came back to me and he said, I think I need more. And what was more remarkable is that his colleagues asked him what on earth he was doing differently, because they could see him coping much better with the stresses at work than he had been before. So our whole family benefited immediately from just improving our nutritional status. Yeah.
And Andre, you mentioned, it's what you were as a family were doing differently. And that's just such a key statement. And you also mentioned that our bodies are designed to be healthy when we give them the nutrients they need. And I remember you telling me, hearing your story before, and you were saying that, and I'll just put this out there, our products are not miracle products. As amazing as they are not miracle products. Our body is the miracle. When you give your body what it needs, it can do miraculous things. Now, you got to know a lot of other ladies that were on the same chemotherapy schedule as you were. Just talk us through that story.
Yes, when you have chemotherapy, you go on a particular schedule. So mine was monthly. And so the ladies that were being treated on the same day as I would be the same ladies I would meet a month later. because they were having the same treatment. And some of those people you get to know well, and you get to know beyond the time of the treatment. And of those that I befriended, not one of them made the 5-year mark. And not one of them was interested in hearing about what I was doing. They were not interested in supplementing. And so it's important to realize that is considered a success in the medical profession. In fact, 2 years post-diagnosis is considered a success. Well, 2 years post-diagnosis, one of those years, you're on treatment anyway, so the treatment makes you feel worse than the disease ever did in the first place. So that gives you 1 year of recovering from chemo. And then if you die, then that's ticked off as a success. Well, that was not going to be my success. And so, yeah, I totally believe, no one will be able to persuade me otherwise, that I'm here because of NeoLife. Yeah.
That is incredible. That really is incredible. And so Andre joined because she had a health challenge. But what I want to emphasize is you don't have to talk to people about these products that are really sick and have a challenge. It's people that we truly believe, Andre's story is incredible, but as something we want to highlight, prevention is better than cure. Start taking good supplements and eating right now. Do those little changes now so you never end up in that position. And that is what we do as distributors. Yes, we can help people that are sick sometimes. We don't claim to cure anything, but go out and find people that you love. Families that want to live healthier, live with more energy. Families that want to look younger, feel younger, live longer. Families that want their kids to grow and to their full potential mentally and physically. That's what our products can help families do. And just to transition your story, Andre, now Andre is a very new Sapphire director, which is our world team. I showed you that world team structure in the circles. Andre has recently stepped up onto our world team. So she fell in love with the products, and she really looked at NeoLife and saw an opportunity that was powered by these products. Why did you look at NeoLife from the business point of view? What was your need for an opportunity?
Initially, I started fiddling with the business, shall we say, because I wanted to stay at home with my kids, and I just needed some pocket money, really. I had been earning my own income, and it was not really nice to be dependent on my husband's income. So I wanted pocket money, and that's what I did for some time. It was fruitling around. And later on, I then went back to work and continued to fruitle as far as this business is concerned. And then once I retired, I realized that my income was basically drying up because I had taken leave of absence to look after the kids. And so I didn't have a decent pension and all that kind of stuff. And so I still wanted to earn my own money, but now I was much more motivated to make more money than pocket money, because it's a funny thing that once you're retired, all the things that you were not able to do while you were raising kids and working and so on are suddenly possibilities. But if you don't have money to do them, then you can't do them. So suddenly my bucket list was staring me in the face and my pocketbook was not matching up. And so that's what started motivating me to view it as a money generating, a business. But the other aspect that married with that is that that I really came to understand this concept of how important it is to share the story. And so just to quote a person called Pat Quinn, who trains people on the importance of telling a story, he said that what you need to do is ask yourself, what am I doing here? What's the point? Why am I here on this planet? What am I doing that's worthwhile? And the answer to that for me, and as he suggested, is that you say, I have a story to tell, and that story can change lives. So suddenly you realize that you are required, shall we say, to listen to people's needs and to tell them the stories that can help them change their lives. And once you start doing that intentionally and with focus and with care and love for the well-being of other people, then your business starts to grow by itself in a way. And so if you do the actions that are required, the business will grow. And, you know, I'm a bit of a tortoise and hare story, but here I am on the world team. And it's wonderful to start really experiencing the rewards that come with it. But the bigger rewards than those are, in fact, the stories that your customers and the people that you've helped are now able to tell others, because it does, in fact, transform their lives as well. And that's really what makes my heart sing. Yeah.
And that's just such good information for our new distributors on the call, or our guests on the call. You build your business by discovering what do people need, what do they want, and by going out and sharing your stories, whether it's a product story or your business story, that is going to help them and put them on a path to achieving those goals. So Andre, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I so appreciate your time and your incredibly valuable story. I know that your story would have helped or hit somebody on this call in the heart and move them to take action, whether it's start a healthy journey or start a business opportunity. So thank you so much for that. And just to close off this call this evening, to our guests, we will offer you the same product. We will offer you the same compensation plan. One of our values is a free and fair opportunity for all, no matter your age, your race, your background, your education. If you have the desire to change your life, if you have a need to change your life, if you give your business the commitment, the effort, the patience to learn the skills needed to succeed, no matter what your situation is in life right now, it can be vastly different this time next year. And so I'm just going to suggest that you get all the information you need, and so you can put yourself in a position to make an informed decision. If you're going to bed tonight and you're concerned about your health, whatever aspect of your health, or if you're going to bed tonight and you're concerned about an aspect of your finances, your future, you're fearful for what the future holds, you're fearful for your job security, you're fearful for your kids' education, or maybe you just have a desire to live a better life, then I'm going to suggest you become a NeoLife distributor. Start your entrepreneurial journey with us this evening. Get back to the person who got you onto this call. They can send you a link. You can link up tonight. You can get your journey started for well under 1,000 Rand. You can do that tonight. A journey that can change your future for generations to come. And so I want to thank you for your time this evening. I wish you a fantastic week, and I wish you the courage to take that first step of faith, because nobody else can do that for you. Good night and God bless.